Lady, A. The Last Ride. Historical belief. The White Lady of Bullitt Drive is believed to be the spirit of a woman who met a violent end decades ago. Her restless soul haunts the road, luring unsuspecting travelers with a blend of sorrow and terror, seeking justice or perhaps vengeance from anyone foolish enough to offer her passage. Setting. In the heart of Philippine Folklore, the moon dangled low in the night sky, veiled by a dense, suffocating mist that clung to the infamous Bullitt Drive. This narrow, twisted road was hemmed in by ancient Bullitt trees, their towering forms stretching into the gloom like ghostly sentinels. Their gnarled branches clawed at the air, casting eerie silhouettes in the faint light. Silence enveloped the road, broken only by the rhythmic crunch of gravel under Jared's car. The office worker as he, Claire, his co-worker, and Miguel, their friend, navigated the shadowy path on their way back from a day trip. Stories of a spectral hitchhiker haunted the back of their minds, dismissed with nervous laughter, until they saw her. Story. It was just past 1 a.m. when the car's headlights cut through the fog, revealing a lone figure standing motionless by the roadside. She wore a tattered white gown that clung to her slender frame, her long black hair cascading down to obscure her face. There was something otherworldly about her stillness. Claire's breath hitched, a strange mix of pity and dread tightening her chest. "We can't leave her there," she murmured. Jared hesitated but slowed the car, uneasy. The woman moved without a sound, her bare feet skimming the ground as she approached. She opened the back door and slid inside, her face shrouded in shadow. She didn't speak, only nodding slightly. Miguel, seated beside her, shifted uncomfortably as the car's interior grew colder, the chill biting into his skin like icy fingers. The drive continued, but an oppressive tension filled the car. Miguel risked a glance at her and his blood ran cold. Her reflection in the rearview mirror revealed the truth. Her face was a grotesque mask of death. A hollowed skull, her gaping mouth a jagged void, and her eye sockets dark abysses that seemed to swallow the light. His whisper came as a strangled gasp. "Her face?" Jared's hands tightened on the steering wheel, his knuckles bone white. The headlights flickered and dimmed, plunging the car into alternating patches of light and shadow. A low, guttural chuckle rose from the woman in the back seat. The sound was unnatural, reverberating within the car like a macabre symphony. It built into a crescendo, an echoing laughter that gnawed at their sanity. "Stop the car!" Claire screamed, gripping Jared's arm in desperation. But the vehicle ignored them, its engine roaring as if possessed. The woman's laughter twisted into a piercing shriek, a sound that shattered every ounce of their courage. As they hurtled down the fog-laden road, her head turned unnaturally, her hollow gaze meeting theirs. It wasn't just a look, it was a void, consuming them, pulling them into an endless abyss. By dawn, Jared's car was discovered abandoned on Bullitt Drive. The doors hung open, the engine silent. Inside, the only trace left behind was a series of claw-like scratches etched deep into the upholstery. Witnesses claim that on moonless nights, faint laughter echoes down the road, mingling with the cries of her latest victims.